Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I believe in dragons. And I would never trade another life with the life that I have now as a Draconic Wiccan, or maybe you can call it a Dragon Witch, or maybe a Dragon Mage, or maybe a Dragon Druid. There are actually a lot of names that you can call yourself. In fact, all comes down that you are using magic, that you are with the dragon, that you have a connection with the dragon, and it all comes down to the same. No matter how you call yourself, I mean, there is no authority that is saying, oh, from now on you are like this and like that. No, I call myself a dragon witch because I betrayed myself that I that I use magic, that I try to manipulate nature so that the dragon can be with me. It doesn't matter how you call yourself. It all comes down to the connection that you have with the dragon, and of course the child needs a name. So in this case, you can call whatever you want yourself. I mean yourself. Um, so it all comes down to dragon magic and dragon witchcraft and all that you want to do for the dragon, and all sincerity that you want to do for the dragon. And there are a lot of signs that we have to follow. A lot of signs in our lives, like numbers, like the dragon is pointing something out that you have to put your mind on. And in some cases, this can be very, very harsh, because one of the signs, and I will never forget it, one of the signs that you will have as a dragon, which I call myself a dragon witch, so I'll stick with that name, as a dragon witch. There is a sign that is very powerful, very powerful, and this sign is your empathy. Your empathy is going very, very strong with the dragon's path, and I always wondered myself why. How come that whenever I feel a living soul, that I feel so much suffering, that I feel like I want to be this person, so that I want to experience this person or thing or animal, even this tree. If you go by the trees as an empath, you can feel the trees. And if you just go by an animal, then wow, that is how I came to know this empathy, where it comes from. Um, I just when I was not that far in my path, a few years in the dragon's path, um, there was a moment that I came to, that I was actually suffering. I was suffering because I could feel every emotion of other people and animals as well. I was just feeling this, and I was asking the dragon what this was, because I had this in the beginning, of course, before my awakening, but now it's much, much stronger. So what is this? And I didn't really had an answer for this, but there was a sign, and I never, yeah, of course, I will always remember this. There was a sign that there was a crow next to me flying, and it was sitting next to me on a bench, just like in the forest, like this, sitting next to me without fear, looking in every direction except for my direction. I was looking at the bird, like it was going in all directions, seeing in all directions, and I was feeling the soul of this creature. I was feeling it. The energy. I was just like a magnet for it. I felt the dragon. I felt the soul of this crow, this bird that was seeing is in all directions. I was feeling its instinct, what it wants, and it was not afraid of me, not at all. Like I was not even there, and yet I was examining this creature for this energy that I was feeling just next to me, and I didn't know what was going on, but I came to understand that the emotion and energy from a dragon is much, much stronger than a human is. A human does not have this empathy. I mean, if they had, of course, they don't destruct so much, but they do. If they just came to understand what every creature is, what every creature wants, and a dragon could do this. I didn't realize it, that a dragon's gift was feeling every creature on this earth. That is also what the dragon could feel when they are in the forest, or when they are touching the rivers. They felt every fish inside, every soul inside. When the dragon came into the forest, they felt every forest creature, and including the trees. When the dragon was on a mountain, they could sense all of these souls around them. They are sensitive for spiritual energy. And I didn't know. I just came to realize it once this crow was sitting next to me. I was feeling its spirit, the spirit of a crow. I mean, if I tell this to people, of course, it doesn't matter if I tell them or not. Of course, if they don't feel it, they don't understand it. So there is no way that I could explain this to anyone, unless maybe you have experience with this. If you are on the dragon's path, and if you have draconic spirit inside of you or around you, or a dragon is teaching you the ways of the dragon, then of course then it can be that you are very, very sensitive also in the mind, but also in your soul, because they catch everything. I mean, dragon's energy catch everything. So they need to understand, they know about everything. That is how the dragon is so wise and so old, and that is why they can continue on the dragon's realm. They have their own realm. That is, these spirits, the dragon spirits, they still know what you feel. They know what you feel. They know what you think. Dragons feel each other, but dragons also feel other creatures, other spirits, other animals. That is why I cannot eat them. That is why I cannot harm them. That is why I just that is why I judge every time when someone is hurting something or someone, that just they don't seem to understand what this creature or what this animal or what this tree or whatever what this is. This is of course a world where sacrifices has to be made, but sometimes when I see how humans do it, it hurts me, just simply because I learned how it is to be something else than a human being. I learned this, but I learned this much more and much stronger once the dragon has shown me the Leviathan's Void. Leviathan's Void is a realm between realms, the spaces between spaces. I've been there, and with my draconic energy, I've sensed the souls within. And that, my brothers and sisters, is why I call Leviathan's Void hell, because I simply can feel all the tortured souls out there. And that is something that you can do as well. If you focus on your spirit, on the spirit next to you, on the spirit within you, then you can, sense the energies next to you, the energies that live on this world. We are all connected with the four elements, water, fire, earth, and air. That we are brothers and sisters of the trees, brothers and sisters of the animals that live here, not just humans. Humans, of course, they have a problem with living in this Christian society, thinking that everything is for them. But it's not. Every individual wants to live. Every individual has a story to tell. And I love to hear every single story that everything has with a soul. A strong soul, like an animal. An animal, of course, and it has a story to tell, every single one of them. But also the trees. The trees itself has a story to tell. And that is why they all have a story to tell. And that is what I would want. I want to listen to their story that they have to say. Sometimes you can hear this. Sometimes you can feel this. Especially feel this. So, very good advice to you, my brothers and sisters. If you are on the dragon's path and you have a dragon by your side, then it's a very good way, of course, to teach yourself. Learn from the things that is next to you. Learn from the spirits that live in this world, and learn what kind of an empath that you are. I mean, everyone that has a dragon energy that is awakened is an empath, and that is why the dragon can feel them so easily. That is why you can be very sensitive, maybe in your rage, maybe in your sadness, maybe in happiness, that something is so strong with you, that something has lit up the fire in your soul, and that is most of the time draconic energy that is being awakened, and now you are very, very strong in your emotions, and that is something that you need to train, that is something that you need to examine and need to feel. It's something that was also new for me, but this crow next to me said it all. I mean, this crow was not even watching me, and yet it felt like the crow was talking to me, simply because I could feel its spirit. I could feel it being raised. I could feel its difficulties, its family. I could see what this bird was thinking. I could see through his eyes. And that is something that I would never expected, that something to happen. And that is what dragons could do. Dragons could also go into the eyes of another being. They could see through the eyes of another creature, of another soul. They could connect with another soul. That is what dragons could do. I came to understand this. And I came also to understand how a dragon could have been suffering because of this, because I was suffering because of this. I didn't know what to think. What is going on? And that is something that I said a lot in my Dragon's Path. What is going on? It's simply because your energy is growing and your energy is learning from your environment and also from the creatures that live next to you. It's learning all the time because your soul is changing. Your soul is becoming more and more attached to your dragon's eye. Your dragon's eye is your circle. That is your dragon guardian, your dragon god, and yourself. And you are also changing more and more into the dragon's eye. And which means that you can see and feel and sense this world much stronger. Dragons are the guardians of this earth. Dragons are the guardian of nature itself. And why? Simply because they understand nature. They understand everything that is happening to this world. They understand everything about life itself. That is why I call them gods. That is why I call them guardians. That is why when I sense the dragon, that I could know who they are and what they could do. They are very strong and powerful deities and beings. And that is now within us, around us, surrounding us, binding us with humans that we are. Sometimes we just need to understand this. Sometimes we just need to learn what this is. Excuse me. And simply, it won't be easy, of course, especially not in the beginning. You will always wondering yourself, what is this? What is this? But in a way, I also came to learn and to find out what this is. Because I was all alone, thinking that I was alone in this world. And I had to to learn all alone. Because this path is yours all alone. So your path, wherever you are reaching out for, it's going to be your path, and it's going to be your destination as well, on the side of the dragon. And whatever you are feeling, it's going to be very, very powerful. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.